Okay. Okay. Yes. Hi. Hi, everyone. Okay. You can see my face. Now I got to work out where the comments are. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right, gorgeous people. I'm still just trying to figure things out. Hi. Hi. Yes. Hi. Hi, Laura. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Amanda. Okay. This all looks good. I'm getting like a weird feedback loop of myself, but I don't know if it's like where it's coming from. But I wonder if I'm going to take my earphones out because what I'm hearing through my earphones, please just everyone bear with me for a second, okay? Because this is like the first time I've done a live in a million years. And I'm using StreamYard, which I have never used before, ever. So I'm like, I'm trying to stream to Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all at the same time without having any idea of what I'm doing. Um, I don't really know why, like on Instagram, I can just see like on Instagram, it's just like a really tiny screen. I don't know why. Maybe, oh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to do that. I'm not going to try and figure that out right now. I'll figure that out for next time because I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, so I had this idea that, I really wanted to be more like here for all of you this year. The last couple of years has been really, really weird for me. I have been busy with stuff. I've had a lot of life stuff to deal with. And then I was like deep in this like space of just writing books and decks. Uh, I wrote not Witch Please, I wrote that ages ago. I wrote Manifest Your Dreams and the Oracle Card Companion book and the Galactic Guides Oracle all in 6 months. I had a 6 month period where I just went deep into this cave of creation and just wrote. So I've kind of been like a little bit away from doing lives and like hanging out with you all, but I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, and I'm so excited. And so please, I just ask that you just please don't judge me too harshly for my lack of ability to figure out how to stream. Hopefully it's working now. I can't hear anybody complaining about the sound, so I think that was just a me issue. If anyone knows, if anyone's seen this mug before, you get 10 points. Okay. All right. So what are we doing here? Okay. We are hanging out. If you have spiritual questions, yes, absolutely. Thank you, Patricia. Yes, we do all have to learn somehow. And this has been like a massive, massive learning curve for me in my business because when I started New Age Hipster, like all those years ago, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. And I learned everything from YouTube. I just, every time I had a question about how to run a business, I was just on YouTube, how to start a blog, how to get customers, how to like all the things. And so, here we are again, learning something new, so yeah, so I don't know how this is going to go. I haven't really promoted this very much or shared that I was doing it to that many people. I did invite like a bunch of people on Instagram, and I think that invitation went to like 500 people, which wasn't really my intention, but like 500 people that probably haven't heard from me for like 3 years. So, hey, you haven't heard from me for 3 years. Let's hang out on a live. So I don't know how that was received, but Yeah, I can see that there's some people here, which is really, really exciting. Today we are going to chat. If you have spiritual questions, if you have questions about your spiritual journey, if something's coming up for you and you're like, I don't really know how to navigate this, if you are, I can hear a lot of like feedback from my computer. I'm wondering if I just change the setting on here, if that's any better. I don't know if everyone can like hear that much. Okay, I can't really hear it in. Hi, Monica. I can't really hear it coming through the headphones, so hopefully you can't hear that. My laptop is like 15 years old and it is actually super glued together in places. So it makes a bit of noise sometimes. Okay, so spiritual questions, woo-woo questions, let me have them. We can talk about anything that's coming up for you on your journey. And what else we can do is pick some cards from the Galactic Guides Oracle. So this is my latest Oracle deck. This is out. Hi, Luna. This is out now in Australia. I don't think it's meant to be out until later this month in the UK, but somebody on Instagram did say recently that they had already got it from the UK in the UK. So it's obviously there. Um, and then I think it's coming out in the US next month. So, like in a month's time. So, you can either order it now or you can pre order it. And can we just give thanks to the gods of like holographic design, holographic printing, because this is sparkly and I'm so excited about it. So, I'm going to pull some cards for people today. If people would like cards, we can do that. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. But let's get to it. Let's do some readings. Let's do some cards. I want to show you the deck first. So this is the card back. And this deck, basically, me and Ellie, the same artist from decks that you all know and love, like the Goddesses Among Us, the Angels Among Us, uh, we got together again and we did this amazing deck where we personified the planets, the constellations, and some of the star systems. So there's like a really good mix of, like, we've got the moon, we have 3 phases of the moon, we have like the Pleiades, and we have Gemini. So there's like a really fun kind of mix of energies, a really fun mix of energies. We have planets, we have constellations, we have star systems. So it's a really fun deck if you're into planets, if you're into astrology, if you are a star seed, you're into like working with galactic energies, galactic guides, then you're going to love this deck. Okay, so I'm just having a look at who is in the comments requesting a card. And so all you need to do is just post in the comments and just say, "Me, please." And if you have something specific, like I can see that um, Monica's just asked for a message about career. If you have something specific, you can totally put that in. Okay, I'm going to start with Monica, and if I miss you, I'm going to try and like scroll back and get to everyone who's asking. There's not loads of people on the live, so I think we can read for everyone who requests a read. Um, so yeah, if I miss you for some reason, if I've been talking for ages and I haven't got to you, just post again, because sometimes it's hard to kind of scroll back through all of the messages. Okay, so this is for Monica and this is around Karina. Okay. Oh, okay. I love this for you, Monica. We've got Lyra. Confidence, purpose, potential, and fulfillment. The Lyra card. So when it comes to career stuff, we see Lyra. It's a really like good card. Like it's really, really juicy and really um the message is really about your career needs to be something that enhances your purpose. So we get a lot of time these messages around your career is supposed to be your purpose, or we think that your purpose in life, your purpose for being here is to do a specific job. And that's not like your purpose is so much more than that. Your purpose is so much more than just the job that you do. Your purpose is your relationships, it's your family, it's your friends, it's your health, it's your spiritual journeys, like everything that is in your life, your creativity, it's everything. But it feels like for you at the moment that it's really important that your career enhances your purpose in some way so that it's related to your purpose, even if it's not the only thing in your life that's purpose. And there's also this message coming through here around confidence and really like believing in yourself and believing in your ability to do whatever it is that you want to do. So if you wanna change jobs, if you wanna change your career, if you wanna do something entirely different, or you just wanna kinda move into like a higher role in what you do already, like, the only thing that's really stopping you from doing that feels like your own belief in yourself that you can. And if you fully believe within you that you can do this and that you can make the changes that feel more in alignment with your purpose, then it feels like everything's just gonna come into alignment for you. I really hope that resonated. Um, yeah, so you work hard on being seen at work. So I would consider a reframe of it's not about you being seen by others, but it's more about you really believing in yourself and your own self-worth. Because I think sometimes when we get into this place of like, um, it's about what others think of me, it's about I want other people to see me and I want other people to respect me and I want them to see the work that I do and I want them to acknowledge me and all this stuff. It's that we're seeking validation from outside of ourselves. But what really needs to happen right now is that you need to believe in yourself that you're freaking amazing at what you do. And if people aren't noticing that at your job, then that's a sure sign to go and do something else. To go somewhere where you feel like actually they are going to notice me, but you have to notice that first. You have to really feel that within yourself first, that you are really great at what you do and you are deserving of all the success and the accolades and that everybody, should see you and they should see your worth, but you have to see it first. This is all about confidence, all about the solar plexus chakra and activating that so that um, you're not placing your worth on other people, how other people see you, but you're placing your worth on how you feel about yourself. Okay, I'm gonna scroll back and just see. Um, okay. Um, yeah, so Monica's just said trying to believe in myself too. Yes, that feels really alignment. It feels like you're probably already getting all of those messages from your guides and from your own intuition. So it's nice sometimes to just get that confirmation of that's like a really important thing for you to be working on right now. Okay. Let's go to Amanda. Relationship message for Amanda. Okay, so you have Aquarius, uniqueness, idealism, vision, and activism. So that's a really interesting card for a relationship. And you know what I'm going to do for you? I'm actually going to have a look in the guidebook. There's some really good stuff in this guidebook. Okay, so this is card 24. And the way that I've written the guidebook is we have a love message, money, purpose, service, and spirituality message. So I'm going to read you the love message. Relationships can be challenging when you see the world differently. Look for common ground. So if you're dealing with some challenges in relationships at the moment, whether that is it could be love relationships, it could be friendships, it could be work relationships, family, anything. Um, your guides are saying that you are different and unique. The path that you're on is not the same path that everybody around you is on, and it feels like sometimes that can feel a little bit lonely for you, like a little bit isolating, and I think so many of us who are, who are a little bit woo-woo, a little bit witchy, or, you know, have a however you wanna describe yourself, there are times when we do feel like connecting with other humans is not that easy, like, we kind of feel like people don't always, like, get us in the way that we would like them to, but the message I'm getting for you is that people actually get you a lot more than you think they do. So if there's someone in your life that you're like, "Oh, this person doesn't get me," or whatever, it feels like on a soul level they really do. I feel like you're really surrounded by, like, a lot of soul family, like a lot of people that you've known for lifetimes who keep kinda incarnating into lives together to, like, help each other out, and sometimes when we are in that kind of relationship, in that kind of, like, soul relationship with somebody, we can kind of feel like they're really frustrating, or, you know, like, we can have, I don't know, they will make you grow. Like, your soul family will make you grow. They will push you into, you know, out of your comfort zone. They'll bring your stuff up to be looked at, all of that kind of stuff. But it's because that's what we're supposed to be doing here. We're supposed to be growing and we're supposed to be learning. And yes, we should also be experiencing love, and we should be having a really good time while we're here when we can, but this is ultimately like a kind of a learning place, right? Like, we wanna learn, we wanna grow, and we wanna go to wherever we go the next life, wherever we go next. I'm also feeling like there's a message for you too around, like, working on the higher heart chakra and working on opening the higher heart chakra so that you can have a deeper experience and you can see more of that with the people around you. You can see people more on a soul level. Sometimes when we just have um, our heart chakra open, like just a regular old heart chakra open, you know, it's a beautiful experience and we can receive love and we can connect with people really deeply that way. But the higher heart can help us to kind of see things and feel things and sense love and relationships on a kind of a higher level. So I feel like there's some people around you that if you kind of move into the higher heart and try to connect with them from that place, that it will be just a higher experience of love with those people. I hope that resonated. There's some interesting things coming through already um, in these readings. Okay. Okay, Laura. Let's pull a card for Laura. So we just, some of us were just in the yoga class earlier. Such an amazing class. If you're interested in taking yoga with me, go check out my website because we've been having such an amazing time. Okay, so Laura, you have Earth, you have grounding, reconnection, home, and guardianship. So I feel like there's a couple of things here for you, Laura. The first is to ground, like just a reminder to ground your energy, especially when you're doing lots of really high vibrational work, which you are doing like all of the time, not just when you're doing your spiritual work, but like everything that you do feels like it's very it's very high at the moment, which is amazing and so fantastic. But just make sure that you're still kind of like coming down to earth once in a while. And so to me, it doesn't just feel like the usual kind of, oh, you better like, you know, go outside and touch grass and ground your energy, although that's always useful. But it feels like it's important for you to remember that as much as you're here to do all of this incredible spiritual work and to do your light work and to save the world in all of the ways that you're here to do that, it's also important for you to have the human experience as well, and to have all of the you know, beautiful things about the human experience too. I'm getting like this weird message for you around like food, and to eat food that makes you feel good, like to eat food that it's kind of like a message about, you know, eat lots of fresh fruit and veg, but they're also showing me, like, comfort food, like, and that's really good for grounding, like, to make some comfort food for yourself and to have that sometimes when you feel like you need to just ground and just be human. And I think many of us, like, have that kind of, uh, we have, like, some foods that we just really, really love. Like, one of my things is, like, vegan pizza, and that always just, like, brings me into the pre the present moment and, like, into, um, just like, "Oh, yeah, I'm human, I can eat pizza, I can watch movies," I don't just have to spend my whole time doing, like, this amazing, like, high vibrational kind of spiritual work. So I hope that resonated. Laura's just said in the comments, "My guides tell me to eat fruit all the time." I love that. I feel like they're saying, like, "Eat your fruit, but, you can still have, like, the occasional treat, like, that's fine as well, because that will actually ground you." I love that message for you. Okay, so I'm going to Shan, and Shan has a question about career. Um, okay, we had one fly out. Should we read that one? Okay, let's read that one that flew onto the ground. It's Jupiter, expansion, luck, wisdom, and teaching. So that feels really, really good. That feels really good as a message around career. So there's this message about expansion, and they're saying that, like, what you've been doing is great, but there's more available if you want it. I feel like what you've been doing, there's been like, I don't know if you're a teacher. If you're a teacher, let me know in the comments, but there's a real like teacher energy coming through. I think that's like just the Jupiter energy as well. It's like I always see Jupiter as like as a teacher. But there's like lots of messages coming through around you doing your service work, more than that it's about career. So I'm feeling like your guides are saying, um, instead of focusing your questions right now for your guides, readers, and whoever you're connecting with in your own readings, instead of asking the question about career, ask your question about your service work. Because I feel like you're here to really serve and inspire and empower people. And you can do that through your job, you can do that through your career, but you can do that in so many other ways. So I feel like when you just ask about your career, it's almost like you're limiting the ability of the universe to say, actually, it's this, or actually, we can give you this opportunity or this chance to make a difference. I feel like it's really, really important for you to be making a difference in the world. And so if your job alone isn't doing that, I feel like it's about expanding this idea of like, what is your purpose? What is your service? Like, what are you here to, how are you here to like serve humanity and to make this positive difference in the world? So I hope that resonates because that feels like a really big one. Um, yeah, I feel like it's just kind of this message around being of service, like really looking at like how can I really be of service to the world, um, and making sure that you're doing that, whether that's your career or whether that's something outside of your career. Maybe you don't feel like your career is like the best place that you're like having the biggest impact right now, but once you start to kind of look outside of your career to be living more in alignment with your service, then things start to kind of shift and change. And you start to find, a different job or a different working situation or whatever. Um, yeah, so it's very often Shan's just said in the comments about feeling a little bit limited. And so it's really interesting that you have the expansion, that you have the expansion message. And I think as well, like, and this has been coming up for some others on this chat today, that there's this feeling of like you've got to feel that expansion within yourself, and you have to believe that you can expand and that you can have a bigger reach and that you can make the positive impact that you're here to make. And then like the things in your environment, the situations that you're in like tend to start to kind of shift and change as well. Okay, I hope that resonates. All right. You're so welcome. Okay, so I have a question. So I've got Rose has asked for just a card, so I'm going to pull a card for Rose, and then I'm just going to ask anybody who has commented, um, and I haven't got to you yet. Then please comment again because the comments kind of move like really quickly. So Shans just said my dream was to be a singer. So what I would do is I'd reconnect with that dream and I'd ask yourself, I'd say, look for somewhere to sing. Like outside of your career, like join a choir, join a band, um, sing in your room, record something, post it to Instagram, post it to YouTube, like sing. If that's what your soul is saying, if there's a message from your soul around that, then that's part of your purpose. That's part of your service work. That's how you can help inspire other people. Okay. Where were we up to? We were up to Rose. Okay, Rose. This is a general message for Rose. Cygnus, grace, divinity, elevated consciousness, and royalty. So this is like a really nice hello from your guides. And to me, this just feels like a message where they just want to say that you're doing really, really well and they're really, really proud of you. And if you have some passed over loved ones on the other side that you've been thinking of lately, I feel like they also want to let you know that they think you're doing really, really well and they're really, really proud of you. So, yeah, I don't know that the message is anything more than that. That's just coming through really, really strong. You're doing really, really well, and we're really, really proud of you. They can see the work that you've been doing on yourself, the way in which you've been helping other people, the things that you're doing to try and make a difference in the world. They see all of it and they're just like kind of blown away by just how amazingly you're doing. And I feel like there's also a message from your guides around how you have kind of come into this incarnation with like a bunch of things that you wanted to do and just how many of them you've already kind of done. Like you are really on, and this is coming up for like so many people right now, you're really on like an accelerated path. And I'm seeing this a lot too in readings for people, like when I do like full readings, there's this feeling of like you you and like all these other people that are kind of getting this message that you are kind of cramming a lot into this lifetime so that you've already kind of done like a huge part of what you were here to do, and now it's like extra credit. Like now you're still, it feels like there's still a couple of things that you haven't done yet that were on that original list, but now you're kind of calling in all these other things, and um you're kind of like, give me the extra credit, like I want to do more, I want to do more in this lifetime, which feels really, really exciting. And that's why all your guides and angels and passed over loved ones are just like in awe of you and they just think you're amazing. I hope that resonated. That was such a beautiful message. And I'd just like to mention as well, like for other people who are watching, if you are watching somebody else's, listening to somebody else's message and you're really feeling like you're really resonating with it, then it's probably for you as well. It's probably something that you're here to hear. So the messages, like the things that I'm saying to people, like, oh, this is for this person and that's for that person. If you're listening and you're like, oh, wow, I really needed to hear that, then it's also for you. Okay. Nancy, this is for Nancy. A question about relationships and making huge changes in life. Okay, relationship message for Nancy. Okay, so you have Dark Moon. This is endings, experience, integration, and advice. So this is all about being in that Dark Moon phase, the phase where we have completed one cycle, but the new cycle has not begun yet. And this is like a really interesting place to be in, and it can be really, really difficult, and it can feel a little bit dark and lonely, but I feel like they're kind of giving me this visual of you, in this dark room, but your light, like your inner light at your heart space, is shining really so bright that you're never really in the dark for that long, and even when it feels like things are, you're kinda, like, in the void, you're never really alone. You're never really, in the dark because you're always there, and you always have your inner light to guide you, and that's one of the messages coming through really loudly, really clearly for you. It's about letting your inner light guide you right now, and trying not to focus too much on what other people are telling you, on the advice that other people are giving you, but to really listen to your own heart and trust yourself as you navigate through this process, and call on support from your friends, from card readers, from healers, whoever you feel drawn to get that support from. But ultimately, make your decisions from your own inner light and from your own heart. That feels really, really important right now. So if you've got some decisions to make, you've got some things that you're kind of like, I'm not really sure which way to go with this, then the best thing to do is just sit with yourself, listen to yourself, and then make your decisions based on like what's coming through, what feels right for you in your heart, but also like in your gut as well, rather than paying too much attention to what everybody else is kind of telling you to do at this time. But the one thing about the dark moon as well that we need to remember is the dark moon is really a very short phase compared to how much light the moon gives us the rest of the time. So I feel like that's a really important part of the message too, that you will come out of this phase and you'll come back into a new beginning, and you'll start a new journey. Okay, I hope that resonated. Okay, let me just Patricia. Okay, Patricia, a card, please. We will just do a general message for Patricia here. And your message is Draco, charisma, challenges, judgment, and ascension. So this is a reminder that the ascension path can actually be kind of tough at times. I'm just checking here. Um, okay, so something really weird is going on with. Okay, let me do this message, and then I'm gonna look at Instagram because I've seen a whole bunch of people commenting on Instagram that haven't got a reading yet. Okay. And I don't know why the comments from Instagram aren't coming. Okay. Sorry about that, Patricia. Technical difficulties. Okay, Patricia, you're getting this really beautiful message um, around ascension and like how, you're on this path, you're on this really, really powerful, beautiful path um, of ascension, but that there is um but it also feels like there's been a lot of challenges for you lately, like a lot of stuff has been coming up that has just kind of felt, um, like pretty hard, like pretty challenging, and I kinda just feel like your guides are just, like, around you, and they just want you to know that all these challenges that have kind of been coming up for you are not something that you've manifested, and they're not something that you have made happen, and so there's a lot of kind of like talk out there around, we manifest everything, like we manifest everything that happens to us. And I feel like it's really important that you don't take that on as a belief, because there are things that are coming up for you, challenges that are coming up for you, that some of them are put in your path to help you grow and to help you learn and to help you on your ascension journey. And some of the challenges that you've been dealing with are actually nothing to do with you, but they're actually other people's stuff. So it feels like they just really want you to go a little bit more easy on yourself and, um, yeah, give yourself a little bit of a break, and just remember that, like, not everything that you're dealing with, not all of the challenges are anything to do with you. Some of these things are just, life. It's just life. It's not all of your stuff. It feels like it'd be really good to do some energy clearing, like just, and you can Google how to do that if you're not sure. You can read about it in my book, Witch Please. There's lots and lots of different ways to clear your energy, but it feels like just clearing your energies, just clearing out some of these these beliefs or these thoughts that you might have around, these challenges as kind of, um, something that you've created because you haven't. I just felt like that was really important to add. Okay, so we have a situation here on the stream where I know that Instagram was not, um, sharing any of the comments over to. So if you've been commenting on Instagram, I do apologize. I just came to, like, check that quickly to see if it was working, and apparently it's not. Um, so what I would like to invite you to do if you are watching via Instagram, gonna try and keep, like, both tabs open. If you are here watching on Instagram, and I'm getting this weird message on Instagram as well that says nobody's watching, but there are people in the comments, so I don't know what's happening. Spiritual Toolbox, I have seen that you've asked about what deck this is. This is, and for anyone else that's just popped on as well, this is the Galactic Guides Oracle. So this is the Oracle deck that I created with Ellie Grant, and it's out now in Australia, it's out now in the UK, and it is coming out in the US, very, very soon, next month, I think. So you can pre-order it if you're in the US. So please let me know. Toolbox, I'm gonna do a card for you because I think you've just posted that recently. Um, and then if you commented on Instagram before now and you're still here, even though I've been ignoring everybody on Instagram, which was not my intention at all, the StreamYard said that I would get my comments there, but they haven't come over. So please post again in the comments if you'd like a reading. Okay, Spiritual Toolbox, you have revolution, rebellion, eccentricity, and progress. So that's a pretty powerful card. And a real strong reminder that you are not here to do what everybody else is doing, and you are not here to play by the rules. You are here to create your own incredible version of events. You're here to, like, forge a new path and go your own way, and it's so inspiring to other people who are here watching you to see that you're doing this, to see that that you're forging this different path, that you're doing what you're following your soul's calling. And so many of us are, like, wanting to follow the soul calling, but we need people like you to be following that path as an example to everybody else that, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can follow your own path. Yes, you can go a completely different way than what society and everybody else tells you that you're supposed to be doing. So I hope that resonated, and anybody else who's listening to that thinking, that sounds like me as well, I would also like to take that message as mine. You absolutely can. I think everybody here, probably to some extent, is having um, an experience, um, where we're really being called to do something a little bit different, whether it's our witchy woo-woo, light work, spiritual path, or something else in our life that's just, what nobody else is doing. We all need the inspiration to go that way and follow our soul's calling. Okay. Rose Morgan. Okay, Rose Morgan is a bot, a spam bot. I'm gonna try and block that user from our Hangouts. That was unfortunate. So sorry if anybody has, um, these, like, spam accounts. I did do, like, a whole protection thing before. beforehand, but let's move on. Megan Robinson, I hope you're still here. Uh, Kate Alexander says hi. Hi, Kate, if you're still here. Uh, I love when people I know in real life get on here and it's like my 2 worlds collide. Rose Rippich, I'm glad that you got what you needed. Beautiful. Okay, Megan Robinson. Your card is Scorpio, magic, sexuality, intensity, and secrecy. So there are some really beautiful messages here um, around you owning your power. Thank you very much. Owning your magical power, owning your sexual power, owning your power in all of its forms. And remembering, of course, that power is not about like when we reclaim our power and we step into our power, it's not about having power over others. It's about having power over ourselves. That's like a really important teaching and a really important reminder for everybody that power is not about power over others. It's about power over ourselves, power over our own minds, so that we can choose what we're gonna think about ourselves today. We're gonna choose what we think about others. We're gonna choose how we move through the world. We're gonna choose how to spend our time in productive, loving, healthy ways that move us more towards our dreams. All of those things, are not about having power over anybody else. It's just about us really being in this energy of like mastery over ourselves. So Megan, this is your this is your message. It's about having power and reclaiming your power and stepping into your power, but remembering that that power is all about the power over yourself and how you can use that, how you can look at the places in your life, in your mindset, all of those things where you wanna make some changes that will really change your life in big, big ways. I feel like you guys are saying there's a couple of little things that if you can sort those out, then you can make some really big progress on your path, on your journey towards your dreams and what you're creating. So I hope that resonated. Okay. We are Um, we're checking in with Instagram. Um, glad that resonated. Glad that resonated with Spiritual Toolbox. Um, okay, if you've got a question for a reading, please post in the comments. We're here for another 15 minutes, so I'm gonna try and get through as many as I can, and I'm just having a look. Okay, Tracy, let's do, um yeah, Megan, I'm so glad um that resonated. So we've just got a message about the sound not being so good. Yeah, it sounds kind of sketchy. I think it's just a streaming issue. So hopefully it will go and it'll be okay again in a second. Okay, where are we up to? Tracy, a card for Tracy. Aries, commitment, competitiveness, courage, and fearlessness. So we've got another message here straight away about courage. Um, Yeah, courage and fearlessness, uh, and commitment. Commitment, they're saying you guys are saying commitment to the path, whatever your path is. Whatever it is that you're trying to do right now, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, that you're trying to create, that you're trying to change in your life, they're saying commitment. Commitment is how you make it happen. You keep showing up, and they're reminding you, and it feels like your guides are really, really strong, really loud, really powerful because I feel like they're coming in and they want everybody to hear this everybody to hear this message about staying committed to your path, to whatever it is that you wanna create, whatever it is that you wanna manifest, staying committed to that path even when the chips are down, even when things are not working out, even when things seem like there's absolutely no freaking point to keep going on, to stay the course. Because that's the difference between somebody who gives up on their dreams and gives up on the universe and gives up on themselves, and somebody who pushes through and makes it happen and pushes through and makes their dreams happen in this life. We have to keep going even when things feel really hard. That doesn't mean that we're not allowed to take a break or to have a day off or to feel sorry for ourselves. We can do all of those things and take that time and space to just feel what we feel. That's all part of it too. But then after we've done that, we pick ourselves up, we dust ourselves off, and we keep on going. We keep on going and we keep pushing through. I hope that resonated because that is, that's one of those messages that we get all the time, that we hear all the time around, your dream could be so much closer than you think, but you give up just before it happens. I don't want any of you to give up just before it happens. Okay. All right. Where are we up to? Okay, we've got a question on Instagram for Soul Inspired Living. We're gonna pull a card for you. So you have the sun. It's such a beautiful energy, vitality, life force, and energy. So this message really feels like it's about really, again, another message around seeing your light, really looking at your own, being able to see your own inner light, your own inner divine light. It's a reminder that you are divine. It's a reminder that you are divine, that you are the light. And sometimes we forget that and we go into our own kind of darkness and we go into a space where we forget how powerful we are, we forget how beautiful we are, we forget how needed we are, we forget how inspirational we are to other people. We forget all of that stuff. Like, it's so easy to go to those places where we just forget. And life will make you forget, and all of the, so much stuff on social media will make you forget. Stuff that you see on TV will make you forget. But the way to remember is to come back to the self and to come back to yourself. So I'm going to give you the same message that I gave to somebody else as well around clearing your energy. Clearing your energy is really, 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 really important, that you keep your energy clear. And that's for everybody all the time. Like, we have to keep clearing our energy because we pick up so much stuff, so many ideas, so many thoughts, so many beliefs from everywhere else, that it can then be really, really hard to remember, like, what do we actually think? What do we actually believe? So doing some energy clearing feels really useful for everybody all the time. Do it once a day. Lots and lots of different ways you can do that I won't go into here. But that's how we stay shiny. That's how we stay shiny. We keep on clearing our energy, protecting our energy. That's how we do it. Okay, let me see how many people we can get through before we finish. Okay, so we suddenly have like so many people. Okay, that's cool. We'll do our best. Megan was just saying from before, her message around stepping into her power, really being asked to step into this now with starting new holistic wellbeing programs for youth. That sounds amazing. Talk about like something that's so needed. It's exciting, but obviously a little nerve-wracking. Yeah, absolutely. But it's just, just got to like remember your magic, remember your power, and you'll be like so fine. That sounds amazing. Okay. Laurencia, let's pull a card for you. Neptune, depths, dreams, illusion, and imagination. So it's really important right now to be able to look at what's going on in your life and identify what is true and what is not true. And actually what they're saying is not just about what's going on in your life, it's about what's going on in your own mind. And being able to identify what is true and what is not true. Again, this message could be for everybody, because so many of us have these like wild thoughts running through our minds, telling us all sorts of crazy stuff that's not true about ourselves, about others, about the future, about what's going to happen, what might happen, all of this kind of stuff. But if we can pause when those messages start to come in, and we can pause and go, hang on, like, is this actually true? Then we can save ourselves like so much time and energy. So much time and energy. So noticing your thoughts feels really, really important. That's like the really important message. Notice your thoughts, and when something comes up that you're like, "Oh, that doesn't make me feel very good," then you can stop and ask yourself, "Is this true or is this my mind making stuff up again?" So yeah, just doing a little like practice around, is this true? And you can do that as well when you're getting sold to on social media, or when friends and family are coming in with advice, or anything. Just like sort of taking a pause and just asking yourself, is this true? Can be really, really useful practice. Okay. Soma Soul Life has a question about career on Instagram. For some reason, the Instagram video has gone off. Okay, so Instagram's doing some weird things. I suspect that Instagram has crashed. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just maybe not go to Instagram because I don't know what's happening over there. Uh, AW. Your message is Aries, another Aries, commitment, competitiveness, courage, and fearlessness. I feel like I'm just gonna repeat the same thing here around having the courage and commitment to keep showing up for your dreams, to keep showing up for what it is that you're trying to create, what you're trying to manifest, what it is that you really, um, wanna create in your life. You need to keep showing up. Again, I'm gonna repeat that message around have your bad day, have your, have your, like, cry on the couch when things aren't going right, take time to rest, do all of those things, but keep coming back. Don't give up on yourself. That's the message. The real strong message that's coming through is don't give up on yourself. Okay. Megan said, "Thank you. Can't wait to get the new deck." Yes. Tracy says that applies to a couple areas in my life right now. Glad it resonated. Brandy's here. Hi, Brandy. Brandy says this is exactly what she needs on a Sunday night. Amazing. Jane has said hello again. Not seen you for a while. It's been a while. Um, uh, it's weird over Instagram. Yeah, something weird is happening on Instagram. I wonder if it's just end it because it's like, okay, we're gonna end Instagram because that ain't working, unfortunately. Okay. Technology is just like, what we used to when we used to do these? We used to you'd set up your laptop and you'd read for people on Facebook, and then you'd have your phone next to it, doing, like, Instagram from your phone and Facebook from your laptop, and you know what? I think it worked better. Like, this isn't really I don't know if this is really working for me. Um, okay, thanks, Tweet, though, for, um sharing that. Or was that just about a general message around how Instagram's weird? I don't know. Um, okay. So I'm gonna I think we've just got, um yeah, it's like it's really weird. I'm gonna try and, see if see if I can figure it out. Um AW said, "That's so funny. I had a feeling it would be that cardigan. That's so interesting. I'm super sick this week." So then that's a message, to, like, take the time to rest and heal. And then when you're better, you get back on it again. You're not giving up, you're just having a rest because your body needs it. Okay, I think that's everybody. Tweet. Okay, this is our last, and I might finish actually with, like, a general message for everyone. Okay, tweet. Uranus, another message around revolution, rebellion, eccentricity, and progress. So another card about following your own weird and wonderful wild path, carving out your own experience your own journey. You're not here to follow in the footsteps of everybody else. You're here to create and do something totally different. So when you get those messages and nudges to get outside the comfort zone and make something, really different and unique happen in your life, go on a, totally different adventure, then that's your guidance. I'm hearing like choose your own adventure, like those old books. I don't know how old you are, but people of a certain age will remember these paperback books called Choose Your Own Adventure, and that is your message. Okay, I'm gonna pull one final card as a general message for anyone else who's still hanging around, like a collective message. Just a reminder, this video has been brought to you by the Galactic Guys Oracle, out now in Australia and the UK, and coming soon to the US. You're so welcome. Thank you for joining me. It's always like, is anyone going to even come to these things? Okay. All right. So this is a final message for everybody who is here. It's Mars, assertion, force, and passion. So I love Mars. I love this card so much. When I tuned into his energy and kind of downloaded what we were going to do with the deck, there was this real feeling of like he's the bad boy of the zodiac, of the planets. Like he's the bad boy. And there's pros and cons to that. And so when we start to tune in with the energy of Mars, we can kind of think about that on these two kind of levels. A lot of people don't like the Mars energy because it's the planet of war, and we think about it in that kind of negative aspect. And so for some of you, the message may be around um, needing to be a bit more peace-like with yourself, not just in your life, but with yourself. That's definitely one of the messages coming through, to be kinder to yourself, to be more peace-like with yourself, and to not treat yourself like you're in a war zone and that you're battling constantly with your thoughts or your emotions or whatever, but kind of like just being kind to yourself is a huge, huge message for so many people here. Anyone that watches this later, if you watch it later, uh, that is such an important thing that we all need to be doing, just being kinder to yourself. There's also a message here around following your passion, but not forcing it. Following your passion, but not forcing it. So following what lights you up, following what you feel like is, what you want to manifest, what you want to create, what you want to do with your one wild and precious life. Uh, Following that, but don't force it. And there's also a message here around like not um, forcing your manifestations, but you ask for what you want. You do the magic, you do this, you set the intention, whatever it is, however you manifest. You put it out there to the universe and you say, "Hey, I'd really like this. Can you help me get it? Help me figure this out?" And then you kind of relax into it. Trust that if it's in alignment with your best and highest good, it will happen. And if it's not, there'll be something else better coming along for you. Okay, gorgeous souls. I've had such a fun time hanging out with you. In spite of all the technical difficulties, I am going to try and figure it out for next week, so that things can be a little bit more smoothly next time. I'm gonna be doing this every single week. It will either be me just hanging out here pulling some cards for you. I'm also planning to, like, invite some friends on as well to come and share their magic and pull some cards for you too. So, yeah, thank you so much for joining me. It's been so nice. I feel like it's just been such a beautiful casual hangout. We've pulled cards, we've chatted, we have struggled through technology together, and it's just only brought us closer. Thanks so much, everyone. You're all amazing. I hope you got something that you needed from this. And I did. And sending you all lots and lots of love.